Hey everyone, and welcome to Tina Talks Gaming. Today, I want to talk to you about a game that I kept seeing around on Steam, thought about picking up multiple times, and then ultimately always ended up passing on. Until the other day, when I saw it on sale for $7.99 and decided it was finally time to check it out. I wanted to tell you up front that I have not completed the game, so I'll never do a full review or give a game a rating that I haven't completed in full. And no, when I say in full, I don't mean every single side quest, or trophy, or achievement, or whatever.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
If you do, more power to you. So I'm gonna give you my first thoughts and impressions, and I would love to hear what yours are. I'm Tina, and today, let's talk about Cloudpunk. Cloudpunk was released to Steam on April 23rd, 2020 for $19.99 US. Also noticed that Steam compares it to Cyberpunk, which makes sense, but Dark Souls 3? Yeah, no. Cloudpunk is absolutely nothing like Dark Souls 3. Get it together, Steam. Cloudpunk is described as a neon noir story in a rain-drenched cyberpunk metropolis. It's your first night on the job working for the Cloudpunk delivery service. 2 rules: don't miss a delivery, and don't ask what's in the package. Sounds simple enough, and it is. But that's actually part of the reason I was hesitant to pick the game up in the first place. While I was super drawn to the idea of flying a hover car around a neon-covered cyberpunk city delivering packages, I just wasn't sure how engaging I would find the actual gameplay here. What I found is that Cloudpunk does a lot of things right, but there are also things that I feel could be improved. I'm going to tell you what I think those things are, so hopefully you can better decide if this game is right for you. Let's start with the things it gets right. The art style. I'll be honest with you guys, the voxel art style is normally not for me. I don't know why, I'm just normally pretty turned off by it, most of the time. This game somehow manages to make this style I don't even like incredibly appealing to even me. The design of the city can truly look gorgeous at times. The rain effects, puddles on the ground, lighting and reflections do a lot for it here. I couldn't believe how good it looked at certain times. Which brings me to my next point. The perspective you want. The game gives you 3 different perspective modes to choose from. 3! You only like third person? We got you covered. First person? Covered. Side-scrolling platformer? Covered. It's not every day that a game gives you that many options on how you want to play. And what's even better, you can switch seamlessly between them at any given time. I was really surprised by all these options and how well they worked. I found myself constantly switching between the different perspectives, trying to decide which one I liked better. The game really does work well no matter which way you choose to play it. I think first person in this game actually felt the most immersive for me, which is surprising because normally when given the option, first person is not the one that I would choose. That goes for when driving the Hava as well. Normally, driving in first person in games is a nightmare for me. I hate it. But in Cloudpunk, the first person driving experience is so different. And this is the only game that I can say that I think I enjoy driving in first person more than I do in third. So now let's talk about the fun part, the gameplay, and driving your Hava. Each delivery you'll encounter interesting characters and unique stories that will shed more and more light about the city you're working in and the company you are working for, and on the main character, Rania herself. Cloudpunk is definitely heavy on the story and sometimes on the long-winded dialogues, but most of the time I found the story interesting and the voice acting to be very well done. Once you arrive at your destination and park your Hava, you will see items that you can pick up, vendors, merchants, and characters you can speak to that may unlock side quests later on. None of these character conversations have dialogue options either, so you have no input in how your character responds, and it can start to feel a little boring if you're not in the mood for heavy story content at that time. You will be given some choice in-game though, normally in the form of a very obviously good choice or a very obviously bad choice. Quick story time, if you'd like to skip, I will put a timestamp down below. Sometimes in games, I get the urge to be bad. Go the evil route. Make all the bad decisions. Cause all the chaos. But I end up making one bad choice, feeling horrible about myself for the next 20 minutes, and then going back to a previous save where I probably lost an hour or so of progress, but that's okay because now at least that pixelated person doesn't hate my guts. And I feel better about myself. But this time, I was gonna do it. It's cyberpunk, things are dystopian, let's keep things interesting. I was gonna be bad. So I do the obviously bad thing. And then,
You want to say something?
I have to answer to the consciousness of my dead dog, who can talk by the way, and who's also the car.
Is this a job good?
It pays good.
Are we doing good things?
No more questions, please, Camus.
His
Okay.
name is Camus, and he is a good boy who just wants to do good things, and I just couldn't do it. The game doesn't allow you to go back to a previous save though, which I really did not like, so instead of starting a new game, I just started being good from there on out. Because oh my god, how could I make good boy Camus feel bad? Plus, everyone knows that second playthroughs are for conscience-free chaos, not first ones. I will say I very much appreciate the option for multiple paths in games. I assume the path you choose has an effect here, but I can't say for sure as again, these are just my first impressions and I did not complete the game. But this does seem to be really the only place in the game where you make decisions that could affect the story. Driving your Hava is really the main attraction as far as gameplay goes, for me at least. Well, driving your Hava in a neon-covered cyberpunk city, I should say. An aesthetic I feel that the game totally nails. It took me a little while to get the hang of driving this Hava, I won't lie. At first, I was crashing into everything. Didn't matter what it was, I seemed to need to crash into it. Which is of course the same way I drive in real life. Not, of course not the same way, not the same way.
Hey, Driver 14FC, you can't be bumping that Hava around the city like that. You're gonna have to hit a repair station. If the damage gets worse, I can't get you out of the standard Cloudpunk Hava damage penalty fine.
Oh, come on, that guy hit me, Control. But I did eventually get the hang of it. Mostly. Kind of. Once you do, it can be really fun and even really relaxing just to drive around, especially when the music gets going, and the game really nails it here. You'll also see a difference in how your Hava controls once you've worked enough to purchase some upgrades for it. Some upgrades are to improve performance while others are purely cosmetic, which brings me to my next point. Customization options. We love some customization options in games on this channel. The more, the better. Cloudpunk gives you the option not only to upgrade and customize your Hava, but also your character and your apartment. You can purchase different items from merchants and vendors on the street. Sometimes they're consumables, while other times they're cosmetic items that you can wear and apply to your character. Something I really enjoy being able to do. Even more so, being able to purchase items for and customize your apartment. It gives you something to spend your money on, and I really like having these kind of options. So, what didn't I like? Well, so far, I'd say I'm really enjoying it a lot, but I find myself wishing there was a bit more to it. Wishing it was a bit more interactive, maybe a bit more engaging. The story is engaging in itself, and most of the voice acting is really good. But I did find myself getting bored after some long-winded dialogue from this character I will probably never hear from or see again, you know? Sometimes it's a mood, okay? I feel like having some dialogue choices really would have kept the experience more engaging. Also, I felt like some stories weren't exactly interesting enough or rewarding enough after taking the time to follow through with them. I found that this game works best for me when I'm in the mood to play something chill, mellow, and simple. The music is just perfect for those totally chill vibes when you're driving around the city. Though the cyberpunk atmosphere can of course be depressing, what I'm trying to say is that after a long day at work or whatever, if you just want to play something simple and chill, this is a good one. You need to be ready to settle in for a good story. But I think this game works best when played in small doses. I just found myself wanting something more from it at the end of the day, especially if I had paid full price. And to be honest, I wasn't even exactly sure what more I wanted from it until I found this. The developers are currently working on a game called Nivalis, a slice-of-life sim in the same city, the same universe as Cloudpunk. Grow your business, manage restaurants and nightclubs, make friends and enemies, buy and decorate apartments, go fishing, and maybe even find love in Nivalis, the city that stretches from the ocean to the clouds. And then I realized that was it. The game I really wanted to be playing was Nivalis. And I absolutely cannot wait to check that game out. For Cloudpunk, at the price of $7.99, I definitely feel like I will get my money's worth. I will say, though, that I'm glad I purchased it on sale. The Nivalis game, though, shut up and take my money. Please. Now, please. Thanks for watching, and I hope you come back next week to talk more games with me.